So this video I'm actually going to release before the news roundup, because the news roundup, I talked about this prior to the ruling, so I prefer to just give you guys the upfront, feeling of how I felt about the ruling of the Alec Baldwin case, and then in the news roundup we can get into details regarding the actual case now that it's apparently over. So this video is just strictly about just the ruling, just what happened, the dismissal, all that. I recorded it this morning, so that's why I'm just getting off work, sorry. But yeah, I'm going to upload this one first, and then I'll have my news roundup at the next day, hopefully. So hope you guys enjoy the video, and hopefully we'll have a news roundup tomorrow. So stay tuned, guys, and hope you enjoy the video. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. I am heading into work right now, so I'm going to try to make this short and sweet, because honestly, I don't really have much to say on this outside of the news roundup that I did, where I discussed it more in detail. I'm just following it up now, just discussing the dismissal that, honestly, I gotta say, I think is incredibly premature. And I think is obviously highly disappointing. So, for those who don't know, the judge, who apparently was also oversaw the armorer's trial, has decided to dismiss Alec Baldwin's trial, and reason for it is because the bullets that were in the courtroom that were presented as evidence apparently were looked over again, and were not the bullets from the set. And I don't know whose fault that is. I don't know if it's the fault of the lawyers. It sounds more like, to me, it's the fault of the police not doing their job correctly and collecting evidence, because if you look into it, the police department themselves in New Mexico, they didn't even really do a full search. They said that we did basically enough to our satisfaction, essentially, which is a nice way of saying that we didn't really do our job, we just kind of did it enough. But as a result of the trial being just dismissed, Alec Baldwin, of course, is free of all charges, and the armor potentially might be released from prison now because of what has happened here, even though the judge saw that was at the helm of that trial, and made the decision that was made there. So I think personally, I think that there's some more to this. I think that, like I said, it's very premature just to do that, because there's lots of other grounds for Alec Baldwin to still be charged, to still be looked at with. I mean, the bullets are a part of it. And look, to some extent, I mean, she's not wrong in ruling that, because as far as how this trial has gone, it was kind of a Mickey Mouse show. I mean, it was just kind of all over the place, despite defendants, horrible, a way of defending Alec Baldwin. It was just, like I said in the news roundup, it's like, there really is no argument that you're making. It's just very, very thin. You're crafting a narrative that just is so nonsensical that, I'm very curious as to know what the jurors, based on what they had just heard, that slice of stuff that they had just heard, I'm curious as where they lean, and I'm wondering if that had any effect on, I'm wondering if, because I'm gonna get a little conspiracy theory for a minute, because I feel like there's just more at play with this, because this just seems very premature. You go from dismissing court, right, over the weekend, and then a few hours later, you then come back with this decision to dismiss the case entirely. I mean, something about it just doesn't add up. I mean, obviously we know that, like I I said, we know that the case was not handled correctly in terms of, like, the trial wasn't being handled correctly, and there was issues there, obviously, we know this, but to say that there's no grounds for this trial to still occur, I think is very, very premature, because there's a lot of things that can be brought up, a lot about his behavior, a lot about, there's videos and stuff like that we could have gone through, and the bullets are absolutely a big part of it, but there's still many other instances that were illustrated in the armorer's trial that can be illustrated here. And I don't, from what I remember of the armorer's trial, they never brought up bullets. They never showed bullets, I don't think they did. I mean, I could be wrong, maybe they did, but I don't recall them ever showing bullets. I know they showed off a gun, they were trying to, show an example of how to handle weaponry, and then they had an example of an armorer come up and he did like a shit job or something like that, I forgot, but I think that this is very disappointing. It's obviously very tragic, considering, Halyna Hutchins and how she unfortunately passed away, and there's no justice for her, and this is a failure of the judicial system, and I think that there's more that's going on behind the scenes. Maybe some bribery, maybe just some, because as I've said before, I've never fully believed that Alec Baldwin would come out of this with any real consequences. I've always said that. I happen to believe that there is more to this. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some investigating as to what happened behind the scenes, because there's just something doesn't add up with regards to how this dismissal came to be. I have big doubts that the judge acted on her own will, and if she did, it just doesn't make sense because of how she was during the armorer's trial and the ruling that was made there, and now we're going to potentially be reversing that decision now because of that. It's just ridiculous to me. So, yeah. So I think that there's more at stake. I think there's more that was happening behind the scenes, frankly, and maybe Alec Baldwin got in there, swayed the judge. I don't know. There's more stuff to this, because it's just so sudden and so just like, oh, we're just going to toss the case out completely now. Yes, evidence perhaps was not looked at correctly, and it's not the evidence that is needed to supply certain claims, but that doesn't eliminate the entire circumstance or eliminate the entire outcome. The armorer's trial proves Alec Baldwin's innocence is absent. It's not there. Watch those videos. Watch those people that came up on the stand. He's guilty. So there's just something going on. So, but it's left to be seen. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on the dismissal. I think it's very unfortunate, and like I said, I always thought Alec Baldwin would not be charged of anything, but I don't know. You guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.